Hello, my darling, and welcome to day 46 of the 100 Days of Self-Love Challenge. You've heard me talk about self-care before and how important it is for self-love, but I want to explain to you today how closely they're interconnected. Self-care involves taking care of your physical, emotional, and mental well-being, whereas self-love is about accepting and valuing yourself for who you are. So here's how self-care leads to self-love. First and foremost, it boosts your self-esteem. When you prioritize self-care, you start to feel better about yourself. Taking care of yourself, your physical health, like exercising, what I call eating the rainbow, so eating nutritionally dense food and drinking water and all these things can help you feel more confident in your own skin. And that in turn will boost your self-esteem. Reducing stress. Self-care activities such as meditation, yoga, or spending time in nature can help to reduce stress and anxiety. This can lead to a more positive outlook on life, which can translate into self-love. Because when we feel positive about the world, we're more likely to feel positive about ourselves. If we feel negative about the world, we might feel negative about ourselves. So if you do activities that reduce stress and anxiety and lift your mood, you are going to, as I say, have that more positive outcome. It also encourages self-reflection. When you take time for yourself, you have the opportunity to reflect on your thoughts and feelings. When we're running at 100 miles an hour all day, every day, we just don't have that reflection time. And reflection is so important for growth. And growth is a beautiful expression of self-love. So when you reflect on your feelings, because all feelings are okay, all emotions are okay, you can understand yourself better. You can also identify your strengths and weaknesses and ultimately accept yourself for who you are, this flawed, beautiful, wonderful human. But that comes from reflection time, and that's part of self-care. But when you accept yourself more, that's part of self-love. Also, setting boundaries. So self-care involves setting boundaries and saying no when you need to. This can help you to establish feelings of self-respect and self-worth, which are really important components of self-love. If you let people roll all over you, they will. We teach people how to treat us. And that's not me being condescending or harsh. That's just the reality. When we put our boundaries in place firmly but kindly, none of this has to be a battle. You shouldn't go into battle every day with people that you're surrounded by, but you should know what you want, what you desire, what's good for you. And that's not egotistical and it's not selfish. It's just preserving your self-respect and self-worth. If we're a doormat for other people because they have bigger personalities or because they have tendencies to manipulate, and that could be in a good way or a bad way, but they tend to push people to what they want to do, and we don't react to that, what we're saying to ourselves in our heads is, you're not worth anything. Your opinions don't count. Everybody else is more important than you, which we know is not the case. We have to nourish our own souls before we've got anything to give anybody else. Otherwise, we're pouring from a completely empty cup. Self-care also demonstrates that self-respect, because when you prioritize self-care, you demonstrate that you value yourself and your needs. And this can help you to cultivate a greater sense of self-respect and self-love. So all self-care leads to self-love because it helps you take care of yourself physically, emotionally, and mentally. And it encourages self-reflection and setting boundaries and demonstrates self-respect, all of which are important components of self-love. So next time you think that doing your yoga or giving yourself a facial is not that valid, just remember that the more you love yourself, the more love you have to give other people. The more care you give to yourself, the fuller your cup, the more time and energy you have to give everybody else. Because if you're pouring for an empty cup, you're giving from a place of complete empty, and you're already in a minus situation, and then you're giving people things that you don't have or you can't afford to give. Okay, if you want to know everything there is to know about self-care and self-love, well, not everything, but if you want to get a really good head start on it, I'm doing a free 5-day challenge. I'm going to put the link below. It's fun, it's supportive, it's educational, it just is a great 5 days, and you can win some prizes too, so what's not to love? All right, my darlings, if you want to go to the challenge, as I said, I will put the link below. It's www.feedyourfairy.com/challenge. It's been described as the best thing ever, the best decision I ever made, the best use of a week, saved my life, changed my life, all sorts, and it's really worth having a look at. So I hope to see you there. And if not, I'm going to see you tomorrow for another day of self-love. Take care.